So it looks like the SmackDown Arena for 2K22 may be confirmed through the MyGM mode, and one of the community members actually gave us a little bit of info when it comes to some of the voice acting and possible stars that might still be in the game. Let's get into it today on the show. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to Assemble. I'm Matt. Great to have you on the show. I'm excited. Let's talk 2K22. Let's talk about the voice acting, possible stars that could be confirmed in the game. Thanks to Mike. Shout out to you for getting this little bit of tidbit. We take it with a grain of salt. This could still be a rumor. We don't know for sure that this is confirmed yet. We're waiting for the January reveal, as we stated before. The first thing on the list we're going to talk about today, SmackDown. SmackDown, say? SmackDown Arena could be confirmed, looks like it is confirmed in 2K22, and we're talking about the SmackDown Arena on Fox from 2019. When WWE did the big shift over to Fox, they actually redid the whole arena, and it was a little bit more on the grand side. This is before the pandemic, before we got the Thunderdome, and there's a lot more lighting, and there's a lot more just like shenanigans what they did, and then now they just go for a straight LED board, and it's very boring. Let me know in the comments below, though. Did you guys actually like the SmackDown Arena from 2019 from Fox, the Fox Arena we call it? Or do you like the new version that we have, the sleeked LED version? You guys let me know. But based on the screenshots that we have posted up here, if you look at the MyGM mode screenshots that are made available, you can see the SmackDown Arena that is kind of blurred out in the background. And all of this on all the pieces that are showing here actually do look like the 2019 Arena. So it's safe to assume that we're going to get not only the SmackDown Arena from 2019, but we'll also get the Raw Arena from around that time. I say this because we have to keep in mind the development cycle and when the game was being produced. This is why we could see not only older arenas in the game, but we could also be looking at other superstars still in the game. Some of the other arenas that I totally expect to be in the game are going to be the, NXT 1.0. 2.0 is a stretch. They've got the extra amount of time. It's January now. Things should be kind of tightening up and locking up right now. I don't expect a lot of big changes. They might be able to get NXT 2.0 Arena in the game. If not, they might be able to at least put the assets in the game for us to be able to create it through the custom creation suite. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the brand new Raw and SmackDown arenas in there. You all let me know in the comments. Do you think we would get the newest SmackDown Raw arenas put in there or not? I have a feeling they will. Alongside that, the previous year's WrestleMania, with the big Tampa Bay, you got the Buccaneers, all that, I got the flags and all that stuff. I think we would get the big arenas there. I'm very, very curious about what arenas they will put in the game to make it more fun and actually kind of beef up the games. It needs a bit of a refresh. We've seen the same ones over and over again. We get like the 98 Raw, we get the SmackDown, but like maybe just give us a bunch of the different SmackDown arenas over the years. And more than just like one SummerSlam arena, maybe they go for much more of a classic approach and they can actually give us, a bunch of unlockable arenas that we could get. Now, the other piece of news that we're going to talk about is coming from one of our community members. Mike actually dropped me a line. He communicated with Matt and said, Matt, I have information. It could be made up, but I thought you should know regarding voice acting, the possible roster that we could see, and it comes from IMDB. If you go into 2K22 and you search in there in IMDB, you actually find a full list of the voice acting that's included in the game. But this is not actually fully confirmed. This could totally be adjusted. None of this could be real, so take it all with a grain of salt, everybody. But the reason why I want to bring it up is because it does highlight some of the stars that have been released that could be in the game. We're also going to talk about released superstars in a future episode. I got a whole thing planned, so stay tuned because we got more stuff to talk about. Some of the big stars that are in there that really stand out to me: one, Ric Flair. Jeff Hardy is noted in there as voice acting. Sergeant Slaughter is noted in there, but not as a voice actor, but as a character. Keith Lee is noted to be in the game. And again, all the lists that they show here all have a bracket of voice that they have done voice acting, voiceover work in the game, presumably. But Keith Lee is one of the stars that they have listed here, but not with the voice acting. Kairi Sane is also listed here in the game. Her contract with WWE was up. She left, headed back to Japan. So we haven't heard anything whether she would be in the game or not, but at least here on IMDb, it is listing her, not for voice acting, but at least showing that she could be in the game itself. And other stars that look like they're going to make the cut, according to this anyways, is the likes of Angel Garza, You have Dominic Mysterio. You've got Chad Gable in there, who's not a big surprise. Riddle is in the game. They haven't listed him as Matt Riddle, but just as Riddle. Roman Reigns. They have Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair. They have all of these stars all listed here in the IMDb page for voice acting. This gets me excited, and I want to bring this up, one, because it's cool to see what stars could possibly be in the game in terms of the roster size, what we could potentially expect, maybe even having the release stars like a Keith Lee still make it into the game. It's a big point of conversation in the community about, could we see Bray Wyatt? Could we see Keith Lee? Could we see Paige even, who's still under contract but hasn't been on TV at all? Could Paige still be in 2K22? It leaves for a lot of questions to be answered. We're still waiting for the January update, but it gets me excited to see that we could have a pretty in-depth roster if we don't have a lot of the release stars taken out of the game. Hopefully they can still make it in to this year's title. And because they've been listed for voice acting, it gets me excited for when we're going through the My Rise mode or even My Factions mode, that we could possibly see a lot more backstage segments with some interactions between your custom created superstar and a lot of the actual superstars out there. If you can interact with like a Roman Reigns and they're delivering lines, or if maybe they would use all the voice acting, if they have recorded a bunch of stuff like Drew McIntyre has mentioned and been quoted before in the past, hopefully that would mean that we could see stuff like more promos in ring during these segments, that we can actually have real promos with voice acting dubbed over, get away from the text. That would make me really happy, so that we can get something a little bit more authentic and something that's a little bit more modernized. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get all these superstars? Do you think we're going to get Keith Lee? Do you think we're going to get Paige, Bray Wyatt, all the likes? And what other arenas do you want to see in this year's game? The January update, I will have totally covered for all of you. I'm watching Twitter like it's my job now. So stick around, head to the channel, check out more of the content we got here, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace!